Welcome to the Trading Lounge. And look, there's not a lot of difference from Thursday and Friday of what we've been sort of talking about. So, look, I think the catalyst for this week would be the manufacturing figures coming out on Tuesday for Germany, China, US, France is sort of in the picture now as well. So those figures on Tuesday will give a sharp sort of jolt to the market. In terms of the wave counts that we've got, this particular wave count here for the US 30 here still looks at this moving further to the downside down through here in a series of impulse waves unfolding through here. Now that said, it can be counted down as down for wave 1 here, back for wave 2, down for wave 3, back for wave 4, and then down for wave 5, finishing, in here. And then what that would do would see a move in 3 waves moving back up 61, 50, 61%, 62%, so to speak, from down here somewhere. So there could be a retracement into this sort of area here first before we see a move to the downside. So that that could come from positive manufacturing figures coming out. Otherwise, if it's not that, then we're just moving straight down from here, and this down for wave 1 here, back for wave 2, down for wave 1 here, back for wave 2, and then further down here. It had always been the 14,500, the 500, as a retested resistance, which is not there yet. It's still vibrating across this number here. It hasn't settled and sorted itself out. But look, if it does find that as resistance there, then we can expect further downside from there. And that's the same with the S&P 500 as well, exactly the same sort of wave count. If it was going to bounce, then the 61.8 retracement level would be up at 1575, but how we use that the orange line there, 72. So that's what could play out before we see this further to the downside. But once again, the 1550 here would be the case. So if day traders found the 1550 as resistance, then you'll trade it down. There'll be a bounce off 1530, which will go back to 1540, and then it would roll over from that point there, and we'll be looking at a larger 5 waves down to closer to the 1500 there. So that's kind of where our thinking is at the moment. The Australian market, the European markets are just weak. But the Australian market here, still working through this particular correction. It's the daily chart here. We've got our 5-wave structure down through here, and because we've got 5 in this direction, once this rally is being completed, then we'll have another 5 down. Now, the 4800 here is the 38.2 retracement level, so, that's what kind of we'll be looking at there. I can see that there'll be more volume in this little area through here, but there will be some here as well. That will reflect there. Now, this is counted down here as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave. Now, it also can be counted as down for wave 1 and back for wave 2. It doesn't concern us that much at this point here. I think the ABC is probably a bit more accurate, and one of the reasons for that is the A wave is not very sharp. If this A wave was really sharp, then it would be in that sort of direction. So it's a bit sort of slow and sluggish. Now, this is where we're up to now. So we've got the A wave with the B wave. Now this move up through here, a B wave is always in 3 waves. I'll just see if we've got it here in smaller detail. Okay, so right, so this is it here. This is the B wave would be up here. The 61.8 retracement level would be up around the 50-50 area up here, and so we'd call this the small A wave to here, and then would be looking at the B wave, and a B wave's always in 3 waves, so this is more like in 5 waves here. So this would be an A and a B and a C here for the B wave here, so to speak. And then we would have the C wave up through here, which would be the 61.8 retracement level, and it would also complete the B wave here as well, the next larger degree through here. So, that's kind of what we're looking at through here. There is a case for this just to roll over. That will depend on those manufacturing figures as well, because I don't know. I mean, this is quite a clear sort of five-wave structure up through here. So if this just does move up through here, then it'll be about the same length as this from here. To get to the upside up there is that you need support on the 49.30 here, the 30 being the top of subgroup 1. So, just allow that to unfold in the let the market open and settle, and see if it stays above the 49.30, because the top of Group 1, and that's where the first trade would take place in this particular case. And one of the driving factors for this would be China. This is the Shanghai here. So what we were looking at in a bit of a nutshell here is that we had this move up. This is a daily chart here. So we're looking at the 61.8 retracement level between the 50 and the 60 in here, and that's that's quite close where it is. And what we're seeing here is I'm just going to bring the volume into the picture here a little bit. So as you can see here, we've got, as the market's moved up here, we've got increasing volume to the upside, perfect for an uptrend. And then the corrective move to the downside is, you can see that it's getting lower and lower volume through here, isn't it? So that means that it's a bullish sign. It means that there's less sellers. We've seen a spike on Friday. We've seen other spikes here before as well. But so let's just see how that sort of pans out. See if that volume actually, continues to move to the upside there. And the other thing is too, is we'd want to see like a five-wave structure up through here. So you can see here they've got the 1 and the 2, and the third wave here would still need to see the 4th and the 5th. Now, if we got that, it doesn't mean that we're going to be taking out that high just yet. But what it does mean that after the 5 waves, there'll be a counter trend in 3 waves, and then there'll be another 5 up. That much we can be assured of. So that could just be a larger corrective pattern in terms of an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave back down. But what it does give us in the short term is that push to the upside there. The GFT platform now allows you to trade China. So we're looking at this particular market here, and we're looking at it in Hong Kong dollars rather than US dollars. The simple reason is that there seems to be more liquidity in this particular market through here. So once again, this index has moved down into the trading level 1 here, and let's just see how it moves up here. So we can track it intraday here now on this. So we've got this an A and B and a C here, or up for 1 and back for 2, the 3, the 4 and the 5. So we'll just see how that sort of pans out. But in terms of trading this here, I wouldn't rush into it. I'll just allow this 5-wave structure, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 and the 5 to play out, and allow that to come back in and test the 500 here as in terms of an A and a B and a C, and then pick it up from there and go to the upside there. So anyway, an interesting market that's sitting there that we can use to trade or to hedge, those sort of things. Right, let's have a look at the commodities. Okay, starting with the oil market here, we're looking at a retest of 90. That's the medium level. And the pattern that's being formed here, you can see they've got 2 wave 4s there. That's simply because we may be looking at a flat pattern or a developing triangle pattern, but it's not either way. It's not complete yet, and we just need to allow that to play out. Obviously, that's going to follow the S&P 500, and also the US dollar is going to have some influence as well. The US dollar is moving to the upside, so that's going to place pressure on this market here as well. So look, there's no setup to go short just yet in this here. We just need to allow this let's get an idea of if we're working with a triangle pattern across here, or we just got the flat pattern through here. But look, this manufacturing figures coming out on Tuesday for Germany and the US is obviously going to be a driver within this as well. So I'll just allow this to play out. But all the commodities, as you know, are in a wave 4 rally. So when we look at copper, for instance, we're looking at the 38.2 retracement level for this particular wave 4, which would be at the 320 here. So 38.2 retracement back here comes in very close here. So wave 4s can be a bit sort of sideways and complicated, and that's what we'd expect. Also, moving into group 1 here, the 30, 20 and 10, and coming into this major trading level here as well. There'll be more bounces here, but it should edge lower through here as well. So it's the same story there. It's the same story in gold as well. We're looking for the top of wave 4 here. We've been working through that last week. This is the 4-hour chart here. We've got wave 3 here, the first bounce off 1300 here. So the A, the B, and the C here. It's coming in at like 1425 is the retracement level through here. So look, we can have a top just in here, but look, we'd need to confirm that wave 4. We'd need to break through the 1380. So just allow that to play out through there. And if the 1400 does become the retested resistance, well, then you could probably get a small position there and look to add at the 1380 and then the 1372 as retested resistance on lower volume. The retest on lower volume is part of the setup as well. So that's playing out there. It's the same with silver as well at the 2300 here. So we just need that to, it's just a 15-minute chart here, so there can be another little push up through here. What we want to see though is you want to see the market come through like that and then get stuck under here and then roll over from that point there. And it's just something that you need to get familiar with, and there's so many little aspects, elements that make it all up, and and you get to see them after a while one by one, and you get a group of them, and it gives you that sort of confidence. But while it's on that, sitting on support, you don't short anything that's sitting on support. So alrighty, let's have a look at FX. Okay, starting with the US dollar here, and the other day we were looking at the bounce here, and we're looking at the 82.50 to become the retested support, which is done, and we're expecting it to move up, which it has, and we'll expect it to continue up further through here. And of course, this move up through here is going to strengthen the euro to the downside, isn't it? So with the euro here, we were looking at this wave 1 coming down through here, and we're looking for wave 2 to come back through to this area, and we thought that this may have been it through here, but unfortunately it's just got a bit larger. But this is definitely a corrective pattern through here, so this low will eventually be taken out, and we think that it's in play now in terms of the A, the B, and the C through here. So this should work itself lower down through here, and the Australian dollar should do much the same as well now, because you can see that its A, B, and C correction is quite clean and clear. So what we'll be looking for now is this. This is an important number here, as you know. I always sort of carry on about the 72, and this is 272 here. So it carries more weight than just the normal 72. So 772 and 272 just carry more weight. So so this move down through here, it does appear to be in 5 waves here. So we should be looking at some sort of rally. Where it comes from depends on where things open, but we need to look at some sort of little ABC rally coming back through this little area through here before we see more downside coming from here. So take this move with a bit of pinch and salt, but we're looking for some. It could move down to here and then retest back up through here, or it could bounce off this area in here and struggle here and then roll over. But it is this corrective pattern that you're looking for before you short it. Be something sort of like this here, or smaller version of this one here, in through here. But you want that. You want that lower high, you want that retest, you want to be working from a particular number. It could be, it could be here, it could be at the 72. You just need to see how it pans out. You can pull this apart here and count the 5 waves down through here on a 5-minute chart, and you'll be able to find the low here, or just wait for the low and wait for this to occur, and then to the downside, that point there. So, alrighty, well look, that's just about it. nothing has really changed. As I mentioned, the catalyst could be the manufacturing figures out on Tuesday as well. So just give that a bit of consideration, on that point there. So yeah, because that obviously going to move the markets. Alrighty, well, good morning and good luck. Enjoy the day ahead.